My name is Jennifer Lezan-Veguilla, and I'm a Puerto Rican Mexican American who grew up in Humboldt Park, a predominantly minority neighborhood on the west side of Chicago. Growing up wasn't easy, and it's a story that's all too common among the millennial Latinas that I know. Yet I believe that we're stronger because of it. But when I was 19, I thought I was the only one. That year was hard, but it wasn't my defining moment. It was my year to learn. I attempted suicide that year after dealing with depression, an unstable family situation, moving out on my own at just 17 years old, after years of witnessing my mother being abused by various live-in boyfriends and growing up poor and dependent. I didn't know how to cope with the adult life that I was thrown into. I was sad, mad, as my kids and Boo from home would say. I was frustrated at trying to navigate life as a first-generation Latina college student, working a full-time job and just trying to stay afloat, all the while taking care of my little brother and eventually taking my mom in when I found out she was living out of her car. After a week stay in the ICU, people would say I was lucky to be alive. I would say that this was my wake-up call to put me on a path towards evolution to the woman I would become today. At 21, I became pregnant with my now 10-year-old daughter, Bella. Obviously, I wasn't making the best decisions as a young adult, but I'd say for every bad decision I made, I learned something new about myself, and I worked to be better afterwards. So many things ran through my mind when I found out, but then I remembered I was alive. I firmly hold the belief that we're placed on this world for a reason, and perhaps this was my reason. Bella didn't ask to come into this world, but I was blessed with her as a gift, and I knew that if I could overcome all the struggles that I faced as a kid, I would be strong enough to face the world with her. Bella's birth was my defining moment. I credit my daughter with instilling in me a strength I never knew I had. From beating the odds and not dropping out of college despite what teachers thought I would do, to finishing grad school, launching a business, and becoming a professor, all the while this amazing little girl cheered me on. She's been my number one since day one, and she's my daily inspiration. Today, 12 years after that suicide attempt and 10 years after baby girl rocked my world, I've continued to be a leader that my girls can look up to. Becoming a mother didn't hinder me. It motivated me to just keep going. It gave me a reason to grow up, and it made me realize that the world wasn't just about me, but that my impact on the world was about the peoples whose lives I touched and who I inspired. It helped me to stop being so afraid of what others thought or expected or assumed about me in my life, and it also taught me that anything is possible. Eleanor Roosevelt got it right when she said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." You're able to say to yourself, "I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along." You must do the thing that you think you cannot do. Thank you.